So, just in case you didn't know, Hive's been putting in some work on these stop motions, and his plan is to add as many sig figs from the community as possible. So if you're interested in getting a sweet cameo in a community stop motion, hit up Hive. Either let him know the parts you need, and he may have them, or send it straight to his P.O. box. This was not a paid advertisement for the Cali Brick Clique, just help spreading the word for the community movement.
Tech damn you. Yeah, I should have warned you like a little bit earlier than I did. I'm sorry. So I'll take that's my fault. Well, either way, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you're the one saying that, lady.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 70. I said that's so weird. Episode 70 of Cali Brick Clique. And like always, before we get into the introductions, you can find this episode and all previous episodes anywhere you find your podcast, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, etc. And like always, we have Ninja. I almost said it.
Almost went with the whole thing. Nope, just Ninja.
We have Claire, the plastic architect.
Hey, how are you?
And today we have SW, Brikx, and Figs. Welcome to
guys.
the podcast. Can you just say what the abbreviation to SW? I know it's kind of obvious, but
it's just Star Wars.
There you go.
Everyone thinks it's different things, something deeper behind it. Now it's just Star Wars. I wasn't that.
It's not Southwest.
I do live in the Southwest, so it's kind of Southwest as well. But
nice.
That was I kind of added that in there. It's just Star Wars, basically. Yeah, pretty much.
So it is Star Wars week, May the 4th, as of we are recording this. How's everyone's holiday? I guess, or pop culture holiday going?
So
Pretty
well.
good.
We bought some Star Wars Lego. I bought some Star Wars Lego.
Did you
Right.
really?
Yeah, I feel like I should not share any more of that. I need to consult with my roommate as to what we're sharing. So I realized
Wait, hold on.
The
You
roommate.
bought stuff, or no? Wait, you bought stuff.
I bought stuff.
Claire,
Okay.
Claire did.
Is there anything special in there that's cool, or that you want to share?
Not really. I mean, I'm not really.
You don't seem very happy about what you purchased. I mean, I was bagging on it hard the past couple of weeks, saying that I'm not going to get anything, and I did.
Oh my goodness, Shy.
I really like the gift with purchase. So that was mostly what I was going for. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but I really liked it.
Well, for
It's a
me,
good
I
one.
needed to fill my AT-AT, so I just bought a whole bunch of Snowtrooper battle packs. So it was inevitable anyways. I
Okay,
knew I was
well,
going to fill it. So if I'm going to get double VIP plus a promo,
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
Taking
might as well.
advantage.
but I did miss out on the Republic Fighter tank. That's the one thing I really wanted out of all that, but it sold out quickly. I had it in my cart. It was in my cart at 9 p.m. Pacific time. And then I just forgot about it because I was out partying on a bull. And then I just forgot. So I went to the store the next day, and I was waiting in line for about an hour and 45 minutes, and then they didn't have it at all. So I went to the Lego store and left with nothing.
Dang. Do you think they restocked today? Because today's the
No.
4th?
No.
No?
No,
think
they
it
were
was-
sold. My two
six
Lego
or
stores
something.
sold out the Sunday of release instead of the Monday. It kind of blows.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
sold out them quick here as well.
Ninja didn't get a thing.
I didn't get a thing.
I mean, don't care.
Okay, so the gift with the kitchen, I wasn't really interested in.
Mhm.
The Beskar keychain, kinda. I was kind of interested in that, but
Well,
I
you can
wanted
have
to
mine,
get-
bro, when I see you. I don't want that.
okay, I'm down. I'm down.
There you go, free.
But I was gonna get the N1 Starfighter, but I didn't realize it's not out yet, so I just waited.
It's funny to see the fighter tank being the one that everyone wants the most. I know there's been a lot of
Everyone hates
controversy about it.
bro.
Yeah, there's been so much you either hate it or you don't. It doesn't make sense, or it does make sense, or whatever. But I don't understand. Well, at this point, Legos should notice that clones, no matter what color they are,
Doesn't matter. Even
are
if people don't
hella
like them,
popular.
so-
They're gonna sell.
And
yeah.
people want them, and they sell out quick. Do
Uh-huh.
you think Lego anticipated the fighter tank to be sold out?
They surely did. After the 501st, the AT, they all sell out first day, and the clone packs. I don't know about you guys, but I still can't barely get my hands on the clone packs. It's a
the
nightmare.
little blister pack, right? You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
the accessory ones with it. Yeah,
So I don't know what's gonna give Lego designers or Lego themselves the hit in the head. Look, these are selling very well,
Yeah.
and these are small
People want
sets. You just go ham. So hopefully, I know there's been a lot of rumors for what's coming out, and hopefully they're true, because
Fingers
I
crossed.
know there's a huge fandom for that, which we can get into in a little bit. But SW, what'd you get?
I went up on. I got the fighter tank. Like they released on Lego.com because I was like, I'm not going to risk like missing it at the Lego store. Went up to the Lego store, I think May 2nd. I got a couple of battle packs. Got the new torso for the new knight from the Builder minifig, and it's good. It's sick. It's a sick torso.
Oh
and
my
a couple
god,
of,
I want that so bad. Everyone's showing that off.
Cali Brick. Yeah, it's sick. I was fully not expecting to find it, and then I was like, I have to get a couple of packs of these at least.
How many did you get?
I only 6 for now. But, like,
did it have a lot or no?
That was it. I think there was like 1 or 2 mixed in, but there were 2, like 3 packs. So I just grabbed them.
Oh, so you took them all, some done for the kids?
No, I left 1 or 2. They were mixed in with some wizards and some pirates or something.
I like reached out to all my Lego connects. I'm like, hey, immediately when it shows up on your BAM, let me know.
It's such an interesting torso. What I wonder where it must be in the castle. It must be.
Do you think it's it's going to be in the next wave of castle or the 90th anniversary?
Otherwise, yeah.
Like, why?
It's
Why
such
bring
a
that
weird
up?
one for them to make? Yeah, and why is it red when there's Black Falcons are blue? I
don't know. Maybe there's a civil war going on. I don't know.
Maybe.
It doesn't make any sense. So why is a Black Falcon like the symbol in the back?
Yeah,
and then the front's chainmail.
There's a cool chainmail in the front.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you have your symbol in the back?
I know, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
They're getting involved with Marvel.
Yeah, they got the capes.
They're getting involved with Marvel. It's going to be a Black Knight Civil War.
Right? I mean, it's definitely a Bloods versus Crip thing at that point if it's blue versus red.
Gang.
So I know I got hit up about it a couple of times by people who know I'm really into the Falcons, and I was like, where did you find this, and where can I get more? So hopefully they will come out soon. I know at least one of my connections said like the BAM has been on hold for quarter 2 BAM has been on hold. So they won't be seeing them anytime in the near future, but I hope they're able to order some soon. So I need at least like 10.
Yeah, a little squad of them would be nice.
Yeah, a little squad of those, and then hopefully I'm able to accumulate more because the Black Falcon. So have you noticed that the Black Falcons are no longer on Bricks and Pieces?
No, really?
No, they're not on there.
You got them all, Shy.
Really?
No, I need 200 more.
Yeah. Wait, how many more do you need?
I need 200 more. I have 1,000. I need 1,000. I have 800 right now.
Gee.
So I just need 200 more, and I'll be happy. And that's it.
I think I'm just shy of 100. That's so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I think around about that.
Yeah,
that's nothing. Really, I didn't know they took it off. That's
well, I mean, I haven't seen it lately. I've been like checking every week. Because for me financially, I'm in up and up. So I'm like, okay, now I have like, because I've been taking care of debt and all kind of stuff, and now I have spending money, like real spending money. Nice. So like I go on like
they're changing the BAM. They're changing BAM. So
yeah, they've been switching it around over here as well.
Yeah, so I don't think it's like for sure like it's not coming back. There's like
I think a lot of things have disappeared and then popped back on. Like I think the orange horse disappeared for a while and then came back. So fingers crossed.
Oh my god! I just hope I'm like, no, don't make me do this to Bricklink.
Yeah. Have you got the new Bricks and Pete, or like whatever they're calling it now, Pick a Brick in America yet online? Mm-hmm. Or is it like where it's all merged together or whatever?
Yeah, it's all merged. It's not. I mean, the way I do it, it doesn't bring you back to the old site because I was able to go through the old site for like a second, able to order my stuff and leave. But now I haven't seen them on the new format of how they do stuff. So that makes me a little worried about it, but I'm like one of like maybe 2 people in the United States who has this problem. I don't think anybody else cares. So
I've seen them on the new one, but I haven't checked recently. But I've definitely bought them from the new one before.
Yeah, I saw your video.
yeah, we got them.
Saw the video.
Yeah. We had that earlier, I think. But yeah.
So hopefully
the new Builder minifig as well. That popped up for like a day or so over here. Where we could order those, the green knights, like the CMF. I think it was like season 19, Fright Night. I think it was. We could get the torsos.
The dragon ones. The dragon ones.
They're like the dragon ones, yeah, but they're like the new version from. Yeah, I think it's like a bear shield. It had a bear shield.
Yes.
Yeah, you could get the torso and legs for like a day on this online Builder minifig thing. It was pretty cool, but
oh my god,
it went away straight away. But I didn't even manage to order any. I don't know why I didn't, but. I made a video on it and then I just didn't buy it.
He didn't post it up. Castle like really needs to come back with a vengeance. I know the Vikings thing's gonna be cool. I'm ordering like 10 ships immediately. Immediately when it comes out, I've been ordering Vikings on Bricklink. The one in the last CMF is ridiculously
Such a good
expensive.
fig. I love that.
It's like
fig.
$25 at
Yeah.
least, and there's not that many of them. Like that's surprising for
It's crazy.
a recent CMF to not be.
Yeah,
able
that
to get
CMF that had like the yellow knights as well, and both those figs just
The Ravens or
disappeared.
whatever.
They just shot up. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I ordered
just
just
them, but
5 of each, and they're $25.
that's a lot. I was paying like 12 each, I think, for those, and the yellow ones like maybe 10. But yeah,
They're now scarce and sparse.
I'm glad I managed to get a lot of the yellow knights. I think I might have like 20 or so of those.
Yeah, dude. So like, so you army build, right? Obviously.
Yeah, when I can afford it. Yeah.
So why do you army build?
I don't know. It's just there's something about
Like,
that
what
high
is it?
quantity. You see it, and this is I don't know what it is. I mean, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah,
There's just something about like having a ton of figs.
Yeah,
just in front of
exactly.
you.
There's something about it, but I
Having
don't
them
know.
all lined
Especially
up
like
into-
Star Wars as well. I love it. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, the army building thing is really, really popular. At least in Star Wars. Obviously, in Star Wars, everyone wants a whole clone army and all that kind of stuff. I like to make fun of it a lot, but like I have my own versions of my own 501st, so I guess that makes sense. But
Yeah, you got a big 501st, didn't you?
yeah, I have an actual company size worth. I like to be proud of that. But like, I show it to a lot of people who are not Lego fans. The whole army thing, and it can go two different ways. It goes, one is like, oh, that's cool, or dude, why?
Yeah, literally. Why would
Like,
you buy
why do you
25
need
of the same set?
Like, why do you just need figs in your
Yeah,
life?
it's pretty funny.
I've showed off some really large Star Wars Lego builds, like to my
Bruce
friends, and there's
Jones
like there's like thousands of them, and you're like,
mental.
that's how much money is that? It's like a car.
Didn't they do something in like Star Wars Celebration where they had a bunch of clone figs lined up to make a clone
they've done it a
trooper
couple of
helmet?
times. I think. They did the world. I think the world record was like stormtroopers, and they had like in the shape of a stormtrooper head or something.
The
That was
helmet,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
They were 30,000 or something like that.
That's an army right there.
Yeah,
that is a whole Republic army.
that was from like straight from Lego, so they didn't have to.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I wonder what they did with the figs afterwards.
Yeah, I was always wondering that. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Who knows? Chuck them straight back into sets.
What is your purpose for your armies? Like,
I usually set myself like a goal of a little squad, and then just so I have enough to use in mock. So like if I ever want to, because for me mock building is like my priority, and then if I can army build a little bit on the side, I can definitely do it. But like if I want to have, say for example, I maybe want to build a Hoth mock in the future, and I'll need like 50 snowtroopers or whatever. I'll buy them now just when I can, and then I'll never have to regret not buying them. Is in a way, I guess. But that's probably like the main reason. I also just it looks sick as I don't know. It just looks sick on the
cool.
base for the army videos. Yeah, I just love making the army videos as well. They're just so fun, just setting them all up and filming it.
And then you're like, now I gotta put them away.
Oh yeah, mate. I've still got my first order army just sat on base plate just there. I haven't even made a video, but it's just been sat there for ages.
At this point, for me at least, I've gotten so good at quickly setting up my army and taking it down. Just because I've done it so many times.
You have to do all the weapons. You have to do all the
Well, for me, I have them separated by units. So,
right.
So my base plate has either 2 units or 3, and then if they have 3 different units on the base plate, I single bag each one and then put them in a bag, and it's labeled to how many is supposed to be in there. Like this, completely organized. So when I bust them out, if I only need to use a specific unit or 2, I'll look for that one, pull them out, set them up, and I'm done. Like I'm recently doing a video right now that because I haven't done a Black Falcon video in a while, and it took me like 5 minutes to set it up, and then 5 minutes to set it back down. Like that's how like efficient I've got my Black Falcon army.
I just have all mine in like pab cups, just taken apart, like just.
But you take off the accessories, right?
Everything. Yeah,
I don't even do that. I leave them on.
Full of helmets and cups.
Yeah, no, I just leave them on. It takes so much time.
I should do that,
but I mean, like, I like it because like when I was a kid, I used to play like toy soldiers versus Lego. Yeah. So I have like the little toy soldiers fight my Lego military army of cops and like pirates and stuff. But like it's just something fascinating by like having the actual like a real army size of minifigures, like going.
I know exactly what you're saying, yeah.
And like one of those things that I had in like at Brikx LA when I displayed my army is like, dude, that's a lot of Falcons.
It's just so sick, yeah.
It just looks
thinking
cool.
about that.
It
It
just
is
looks cool.
insane.
Like it's like when your youth kind of lights up a little bit, because most kids have, or a lot of
Yeah.
kids have played Toy Soldier in their life somehow, whether it be like a Knights on Knights or like Cowboys and all that kind of stuff. So to have it not represented by just 10 figures, but like a massive army, is
So
pretty cool to
satisfying.
watch. I just get worried when someone's gonna jack me because I won't notice.
Yeah. Yeah, true. You can easily just steal a ton of minifigs.
Yeah, and I wouldn't notice right away. But luckily, I have
That's
like
one thing I'm
units
worried
of-
about with like conventions and like displaying mocks. I've heard people get their like minifigs swiped every now and then, but
Yeah, so like for me who wants to show that off, I'm like really worried, because if I just step away for a second, that's an easy like
Yeah,
grab and it's
yeah.
gone.
it's one of the main reasons I haven't displayed any mocks at conventions or whatever.
Why? So you haven't done it all, not once, and you mocked
No,
them?
I mean COVID kind of ruined most of the conventions, but I've only been to one since COVID, and I was just like, I want to like the freedom of like just being able to walk around the convention, leave the convention, come back, not have to sit at a table all day. But I think I will one day, but yeah, we'll see.
So what do you do with your mocks aside from filming them?
Film them and then destroy them. That's it.
That's how you enjoy a
Yeah.
mock right there.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
that's fair. So
I usually leave it up for a while, and then like my castle's still here, like in the middle of being taken apart. But yeah, it's fun. I don't leave it to like enjoy it. I just leave it because I can't be bothered to take it apart at the time. But
I mean, that's the point of Lego anyway. So you're doing exactly what Lego wants.
Exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
build
your own
something,
thing,
take it
that's-
down,
Yeah,
build something new.
exactly.
All
Imagination.
master builders have to be master breakers.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah, it's the worst part.
In ratio to all your mocks, are they mostly Star Wars?
Yeah, everyone
I think
apart
that's-
from my one castle I built has been Star Wars, I think.
So
Yeah.
why Lego Star Wars for you?
I don't know. I just love Star Wars. There's so much you can build from it. There's so much depth in like the whole galaxy, and like there's so many different scenes you can do, so much concept art to base it off of, and also like the whole mock building community in Star Wars is, I feel like, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but probably bigger than like Star Wars mocks like being Star Wars, and apart from City, it's probably one of the biggest mock communities and stuff. So you have a lot of inspiration
See
and a lot of
that,
people
yeah.
to like inspire you. But yeah, so that's probably and the figs are so sick as well. You see, want to build something around the figs and that sort of thing. But
And the movies too. Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of people building stuff, but they don't build certain things. So you can be like, you know what? I want to build that. I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So were
What do you
you
think?
into Lego Star Wars before, or were you into Star Wars before Lego?
I'd say probably Star Wars just before. I can remember watching Star Wars probably before I bought it, like I said. But yeah, then I don't know. Yeah, I've always liked Star Wars a lot, and then probably around I got into Lego Lord of the Rings a lot when I was about 13, 14 when that was out.
Okay.
I regret selling all of that, but
Oh, what?
yeah. And then I got into Star Wars for a few years after Episode 7 came out. Then had a Dark Age, and then got back into it. So yeah, it's probably a mixture of both. They kind of help each other. My love for Star Wars is helped by my love for Lego Star Wars, and vice
Right.
versa.
Lego Star Wars is supposedly what saved Lego in the 2000s. Do you believe that?
I don't know. I think it definitely helped. I think it was probably the biggest first like big franchise, wasn't it? I guess.
Oh, yeah. it
That
definitely
signed,
was.
yeah. So I think it sort of opened up the gate to to all the others like Harry Potter and stuff, maybe. But
Yeah.
well, that was probably around the same time, wasn't it? Maybe just
Yeah, Harry
after.
Potter
I
came
don't
out
know.
shortly after, I think.
Yeah, so
I was in my Dark Age by then, though. I only touched the
Yeah.
first wave of Lego Star Wars in 99, and that was
yeah,
it. I didn't touch it. I kind of got into a Dark Age after that, kind of.
yeah,
I didn't buy anything new. I paid attention, but I wasn't like buying anything.
I wasn't even born then, so I had to wait
Dang.
until I was a bit older to get some stuff. But
See, that's interesting, Shy, though, that you said that, because like the same thing with me. Like right when Star Wars came out, that's when I kind of fell out.
Mhm.
But they say that Star Wars saved it, so I don't know. That's just interesting to think about how we
But-
stopped
Yeah.
buying it once Star Wars came out.
I think you and I were more into other things because we were teenagers.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. That's
So,
fair.
Yeah, I mean, I liked. I still miss having my original Star Wars stuff. Like I got the entire first wave. I don't know where I lost it now, so I don't have them. The Star Wars community is pretty vast. I
Yeah.
don't think there's
definitely,
way to argue that. But the Star Wars led community is even like it's huge. Do you think it's overly saturated amongst the themes of content creators?
what? So you mean there's
Too many of you
Star
guys
Wars itself?
to be
I'd say
special?
there's. It is hard to find I don't think that you can make. I don't know. There is still definitely originality out there, but I think it's harder to find, and I definitely struggle with like. Obviously, most videos you make are just your own twist on something else, but yeah, I'd say there's definitely a lot of saturation, and I think it's. I never realized really until I started to branch out of the Star Wars community how big the sort of like rest of the Lego community is and how separated it is in a way as well. A lot of people don't like Star Wars and just love Lego, and it feels like very vast split sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably a bit oversaturated, but
I mean, because you're doing fairly well for a Star Wars Lego content creator.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're definitely succeeding in some point. So you should
I'm fine with it. So
what do you think what is your bread and butter for you that's helping you grow?
I think mocks have definitely helped, and then I think I've branched out a lot in the Star Wars. It's like I've had the whole decaling stuff and the custom clones, the army building. I've just been interested in all of it at some points. The mock building's definitely helped, as I said, but I think I don't know. Not sure. Maybe just trying to spread myself then across Star Wars and then Castle a little bit as well. But
do you think you'll remain in like the Star Wars Lego community as far as YouTube is concerned going forward? Like 5 years from now, or if you continue to keep going with this?
I'm trying not to branch out because it's expensive. Like I'm trying not to start the modular obsession. I'm trying not to start the Speed Champions obsessions. I mean, the Castle ones kind of took me over, but I'm trying to hold it back as much as I can.
You can still afford that.
But that's the only reason. There's some amazing other sets, and I really wish I could buy more of the other sets, but at the moment I'm just trying to keep the blinkers on and stay focused on the Star Wars for me.
I mean, so you have no Lego sets outside of Star Wars, aside from some castle?
Blacksmith, Bonsai Tree, a couple of those.
Okay. Fresh.
I think I bought the friend set for my girlfriend, the apartment, I think it is. No, the cafe one.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't count. That's not yours.
We always have to.
I built it though. I bought it for her, but I built it. But I think that's it.
How would you define like the Lego Star Wars community in a positive light?
I think it's sick. I love the whole. For me, the mock building community is really the best place for me. I feel like there's so many talented people, and I mean across the board, and you can take inspiration from everywhere. But I think there's definitely a lot of positive. I know there's Star Wars is kind of surrounded in a bit of negativity when it comes
we're gonna get into that in a second. So
but
talk up the community a little bit.
I love it. I mean, I've got some great friends in the Star Wars community, and we have a great time. But I think because you can share your love for the movies as well, although that does sort of spike a little bit of extra controversy because then people hate these, love these, but
prequels, sequels.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of division in the Star Wars community, but I don't know. I think it is a generally positive place for sure, especially in like the more creative stuff like mocks.
All right, so what's the bad parts about the Star Wars Lego community?
Honestly, I'm kind of getting. I know I might be a bit of a hypocrite here, but leaks is kind of something that's kind of ruining Star Wars for me. Like I do like when I get really excited about a leak, I'll post it. And I went through a phase of posting a lot, and then not getting into line because the leaks kind of, I don't know, made me sit back and realize that it's kind of nice to just experience a set when it first comes out or whatever. I know that's not just Star Wars, I guess, but it's just, it feels like a lot of rumors and leaks and then rumors and leaks, and half of the videos that are posted are kind of rumors and leaks. But so I've been trying not to do that as much, but that's probably one of my least favorite things. And I feel like I always see the negatives rather than the positives of Lego. Like I always see the worst things first because of the way every Star Wars set is so scrutinized. I don't know whether that's across the board as well. I don't watch as many reviews for other stuff, but for me, the Star Wars sets are scrutinized down to the absolute one by one stud, and everything is just so scrutinized. That's kind of bad, but I don't know.
Do you think it's just because of the fandom you surround yourself with, like people you follow, subscribe to? The large Lego YouTubers are all like pretty much covering Lego Star Wars, so it's very easy to see the negativity in that.
I think also, I guess the more people there are, the more you see the negatives as well, and the more vocal those like negative minorities are. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way it's become so scrutinized.
Do you think maybe people bring up negative stuff just because, like, for the attention? Because if you say a lot of positive stuff, no one really cares.
Yeah, you're right. You're completely right. I think that is something that's bad about, I think, just the internet in general. I mean, not even just the internet, like newspapers and stuff, they sell headlines on what's bad. I guess it's always the stuff that gets clicks, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely apparent in the Star Wars community.
So, like most of the Star Wars community, do you want a purge of the Lego designers in the Star Wars theme?
I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I could even recognize more than one or two Star Wars designers, but it does feel like they don't listen in a way. And I think even people in LAN will happily say that to you. Like I think there's just a bit of a disconnect. I feel like a lot of other themes, maybe I've heard of designers popping in to like comment sections here and like talking to the community, interacting a bit more. I don't know. I think the whole gunship saga maybe tainted it a little bit more as well, but I do think there was a bit of something weird going on with that. I don't know.
So what do you feel? Do you feel like they're just completely ignoring the fandom? Do you think they're not fans themselves? Do you think they're paying attention to the wrong things that the community is saying? Because overall, the Lego community is huge, and a lot of YouTubers, or at least people who watch YouTube, want to think that the Lego should be listening to a lot of the things that they are saying, which it is valid and it is true. But it's not the overall fandom. Like there are a lot of people who go to Lego stores that don't watch.
That's what you got to remind yourself of. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so like when you go to a Lego store, like I guarantee maybe 50% don't watch any YouTube at all.
I'd say even more than that probably. Yeah,
way more than that.
Yeah,
especially if they're older, like they don't care. So I remember going to because occasionally, like if you were to stand in line, like I was standing in line for like I said, an hour and 45 minutes, and I was talking to people about Lego YouTube. That's where I find myself. So, you know, I do hear the occasional, this person, and it's the same names over and over again, which is cool. But like, there are times when I run into Lego fans who don't know anything about Lego YouTube at all, like nothing, zero, squat. They're still stuck in the Flickr world. They don't even go on Instagram. Yeah. So it's like a totally different thing. And then I'm like, how do you consume your Lego content as far as news and things coming out? And they're like, I just don't. So do you feel like Lego is also like listening to other outlets that could be there? I mean, they really do pay attention to their blogs for some reason.
Yeah. I've heard that with LAN, especially.
So since YouTube is very loud and you know very forward, it's easy to think that like Lego is just completely ignoring us when there's also like 75% more people out there who love Lego Star Wars and can appreciate the land speeder for some reason.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I do think that is a big point, that the whole minority thing. I do think we are like we're obviously the vocal minority when it comes to that sort of thing, and we have to appreciate that, I think. But it's easy just to sort of like just think Lego are making sets for us and we're the pro. But like, I had a point and I've completely forgotten what I was
Well, I mean, the gunship is a good example of that. Like Lego YouTube Star Wars, which is a portion of that, a good portion of that, can obviously go behind what Ryan was saying and all that kind of stuff. But like, do the rest of the Lego Star Wars fans who don't care about all that, when they were to see the gunship for the first time, did they care if that wasn't a Commander Cody? You know what I mean? So and I've seen some of that. Yeah, I've seen some of that. Like people will look at the gunship who I can tell are not Lego fans. Or very new Lego fans, or they don't care about Lego Star Wars, but they see that they're very indifferent about who's on the if that was Commander Cody. Like no one, I don't think they would care. And I feel like sometimes Lego YouTubers like to think that Lego should be they owe us something. You know what I mean?
I think that's a good point. I do think that's true. It's more than just the way they're sort of contradicting themselves, I think is the best way to say it. Like the way they'll sort of say one thing about the gunship, and I know that's basically what everyone's saying at the moment. But
that's it. I was waiting for you to say that.
I do think that's the problem. But I also think that in a way, I think some of the Star Wars stuff is a bit delayed, and that is why we get annoyed, because in a way they rush out like they rush out some sets, but then like the 501st Battle Pack coming out way after season 7, I think if they come out straight away, we would have been a lot more thankful for it. But then the whole hype gets, everyone's like, where are all these season 7 sets? Where's all this? That causes more negativity. And then they come out, they do make the stuff we want, but it's just a bit later. And I think maybe we're just realizing that a bit more, but I don't know.
Do you think it could be an issue with like maybe Lego's not really paying attention because you can't please everybody type thing? So like if we help these people with what they want, then this group is going to be upset that we didn't help them. Like I don't know, maybe they just turn a blind eye to it.
I think maybe they're just like, we're going to blindly do this because we know if we stray this way, we're going to upset this side, but if we stray this way, we're
Right.
going to upset this. So I think, they're just like, we're going to stick with our thing. We know we're going to do these sets that we think are going to do well, which is completely fair enough.
A piece of me thinks they got the land speeder from Ryan because
Really?
he made fun of it a long time ago. And I don't think anybody remembers that. Yeah,
The UCS.
the UCS meme.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were throwing it out there like a year and some change ago, like almost 2 years ago, about how like we get so many land speeders. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a UCS land speeder.
Oh,
Blah,
that
blah.
would be
It was a
amazing.
thing.
I thought
It
this
was
one was a
big.
joke. I honestly
Yeah.
didn't think it was real. I was like, they're not doing it. And here
And
it
they
is.
did. So I literally think they were like, oh, maybe this might do well. Look how much this is like tracking on social media. And boom, they came with a land speeder, and all of us are like, oh, we were just kidding.
Yeah,
I
see,
guess it's a joke.
they could have seen that and they're not really paying attention, so it's out of context. But they're like, hey,
Yeah,
everyone
they
wants a
think it's
land
just another
speeder.
gunship gang or a 501st thing.
Yeah.
You're right.
But-
Yeah, that's such a good point.
But that says it right there, like the whole gunship thing, the 501st, and even if we were to take my thought on the land speeder, that Lego Star Wars, at least the Lego Star Wars community, at least on YouTube, you guys are very, very loud.
It's true.
Like you've disrupted Lego a couple times, 501st being one of them.
Yeah.
And at this point, I feel like, well, not at this point, but in the past, it's been noted that there is a divide between youngsters and older people, mainly coming from Star Wars, and then everybody else. Whereas
Yeah,
like
I
if you want to
definitely
do something,
agree.
we can't chant. We want a post office modular. It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, we'll see how you never. I think the modular designers seem like they listen the most out of anyone, but I don't know. They seem like they're having fun with it.
So, okay, this is the part that I'm going to come in because
Here we
I'm
go,
like, not
Liz.
a big Star Wars fan. But like, I think from my observation of like living with a very big Star Wars fan and like most of my friends being Star Wars fans, it's like as though they like don't hear that like other fandoms also want specific things too. And it's like it's just the nature of fandoms, but for some reason like it seems like a lot of the Star Wars is like this. They're like, oh, but like Harry Potter gets X, Y, and Z, and it's like, do you know how many Harrys we have? Like we have like our own version of Luke. It's like we have we have our equivalent of these things, and we have like how many, like we have specific movies that no content has ever been made of, and it's said it's because it's too dark, but there's like Star Wars content that's been made that's technically more lewd, and so it doesn't.
for example.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a loss of perspective that like this is a company that's trying to like satisfy a bunch of different people, and like all the extreme fanatics, no matter what theme they are, like they're never people are never satisfied.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's completely true. You compare, we just see the good bits of Harry Potter, and we're like, why can't we have that? But then forget about the good things of Star Wars that you don't have or whatever. Yeah, that's such a good point.
You got your 501st battle pack.
We did, and then everyone's just forgotten about that now. It's just it didn't happen.
Like we don't have ships and things like that, but like we could. There's like boats and all sorts of other things that we could have that we don't. But like it's a little bit, I don't know. It's if you watch like it's not as extreme. Like just maybe it's just the nature of like the loudest and proudest of the communities that like. You say in companies like attitudes or like different situations and families, it's like a top-down effect. And it almost feels like that's the case.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm trying to say it without disrespecting the Lego Star Wars community, so I don't get canceled by them.
They're coming for you.
I find myself in the community too. I love Lego Star Wars. I don't
you
make
buy
Lego
Star
Star Wars
Wars
content,
yeah.
but like I have a lot. I just finished the AT-AT. I have a lot.
Oh, I just finished mine as well today. You inspired me. I was like, I need to finish mine today after I saw your story.
I only built it because I don't need this box in my office right now.
It's a big box. It gets in the way so much, doesn't it? I was constantly tripping over
the set it has less space utilized in this room than the box, and like I have like all these battle packs too, and I'm like, okay, I need to like get rid of these boxes, and if I don't build it now, I'm screwed because I need to build other things before June. So it's just taking up my time, and if I don't build it now, I'm never going to build it because I have the starter story too. It's just in its box. I'm never going to build it. It's just going to sit there, and I'm going to be like 5 years from now, why the hell did I buy this? I haven't enjoyed it since. But a piece of me is like, well, I have it. At least I have
it. That's the thing. You might think in 5 years, I wish I bought the Star Destroyer.
Exactly.
I've got it. That's the way.
So
That's
true.
the catch that gets me. I'm like, but I don't really want it now. But if I want it in 5 years, it'll be cheaper to buy it now. That's what catches me out all the time at the moment.
But unlike the rest of the
FOMO.
themes who are out there, Star Wars, you have a very high probability chance it's gonna be redone.
That's true, and probably way better as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way
oh,
better.
man.
At
How
the
many times?
moment, we're like,
18?
yeah, everything's pretty sick right now. So I
Yeah,
don't know if
But-
they could make a better Star Destroyer. So
but they could.
they probably
So,
will.
5 years
They'll
from
prove
now.
me wrong.
So they might make it bigger.
Yeah, true.
They might have an interior next time with it. I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
just
look
like
at Anakin's pod racer. Didn't they do that 3 times?
Probably. I
Like,
think they
there
did
was
like
this-
a couple times in like the first year. I think they did like a
I think they did release it twice
Couple-
in like the first year,
2 years. The first 2 years, I think they did 2. Yeah.
and
So,
then they re-released it on the 20th anniversary, and it's way
Yeah.
better.
I've got a feeling we had one in between as well. Maybe I can't remember
Mhm.
now, but yeah,
cartridge throughout that entire time. So I would presume the X-wing and Slave One. I'm gonna say Slave One is the most produced or replicated or like redubbed
It's like,
set,
yeah,
right?
Land Speeder.
I could see that.
Oh,
yeah.
Land Speeder, yeah.
No, yeah, yeah. I think those are probably the biggest. Especially if you include the sequel X-wings, then definitely. I
Yeah.
think Ryan
So,
might have done a video on like the most produced.
so
sets.
is it even worth like investing into Lego Star Wars outside of UCS or any large dominating sets like the little ones?
This is what I'm thinking at the moment. I'm kind of swaying down the route of minifigs. I mean, you've probably
That's-
seen the skyrocketing prices of minifigs right
I
now.
was just thinking that.
Well, for
Yeah,
the
that's
Inquisitors
another
and stuff like
benefit of
that,
army
or
building.
just.
So-
But that's the thing, though. But like the next wave can have the same minifigure redubbed.
Yeah, that's the risk you take.
Like
but,
how many Princess Leia's are there?
Yeah,
And the newest one's a better looking one.
But
Yeah,
still
yeah.
no
Slave-
Amidala's.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Slave
one thing I
Leia, there
can't
you go.
believe
Sorry.
happened.
Oh,
But they've
yeah.
only had like one Queen Amidala. Like
It's the most random ones they just don't remake. Yeah, like the main, like Padme is such a main character.
so, it's pretty much a gamble. So
Yeah.
to invest in Lego Star
But
Wars.
the thing is, there's so many obscure minifigs that will never be made again. Probably will never be made again, and they're now worth hundreds. It's just stupid prices. But
Is there anything that you would change about your fandom? And as fandom, I'm saying Star Wars Lego community.
I do think the whole minifig situation right now is crazy. Like one minifig will show up in the Kenobi trailer, and then he'll be over £150 the next day. That's just something that's really annoying me at the moment. Like the Inquisitors and stuff, just they shot up. They were at £25 minifigs, and now they're over hundreds. That's
Everyone-
one thing, and that's only just come around really in the last year or so from that whole To the Moon stuff. I don't know whether you heard much about that, but
Can you explain what that is for people that don't know?
I think it's basically where people buy every single minifig that's available on Bricklink and eBay, and then just list them all for 10 times higher, and then just skyrocket the price. And it's kind of damaging a lot of things. Luckily, I'm in the good position where I buy a lot before, so I'm okay. But
I don't. Oh, it's like fundamentally against what a free market is.
yeah, it's just it's market manipulation. It is.
Yeah, exactly. It's totally.
Yeah.
It's technically illegal. So at least in our country. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know to what degree they're doing, but like it's not great for sure.
Yeah, and it's usually the sellers it's like the big sellers that sell on eBay and Instagram, whatever they do. But I mean, yeah, in a way you can't really do anything because it's just, I guess they're just profiting off supply and demand, but they're also just scamming. Like I don't know, it's a weird situation. I don't know.
There's like a weird moral dilemma when it comes.
It's a bit of a loophole, yeah. And it's a weird one.
So, do you think the Lego Star Wars community can ever win?
I think we'll always look for that next thing. I look at the 501st. We've forgotten all about the 501st battle fight now.
I
They
know,
sit on the shelves. Like that was the big win, and then now it's on to the next one. But I don't know. I think we're winning pretty well right now. I think we have some amazing sets at the moment. I think continuing to put out great UCS sets like the 8080 and stuff is a win for me.
I mean, it's also
Nice.
not the top Lego theme in Lego, though.
Yeah.
It's also
Oh, you
telling.
can. That is the win. Is that what you're looking for? Is that
Well,
what
I
you
mean,
mean by win?
like just overall satisfaction. I mean, like if you're a Lego Western fan, you won already if you have all the sets. You're done. That's it.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Like
I don't know if I could
or-
ever have that with Star Wars. There's just
Yeah,
so many
that's-
figs. and
it's just
stuff.
like where do you go? Like what is there to make? Like can you invest in can you win in investing? Can you win in collecting everything? Can you win in making something? Can you win like just being in a positive environment?
Yeah.
Can
It's
you
just the way
win
it's
with
crafted,
like
so I-
being
yeah.
unique? Like there's just so much and it's so complex. Like it's not very straightforward. Like if you're a city builder, you're a city builder. Like you build
Mhm.
cities, it can look the same and it can not. when you're a Star Wars fan, it's like you can
I don't
go
know.
like
But
50
then they
years.
go and make like different road plates on people, so it's like literally the world is pulled under
That's
from
true.
them.
That was just, that was a
Like,
hell of a
One single
switch.
problem though.
Yeah.
Star Wars is like 50 problems all at once.
I don't know. If I was like a big Star Wars fan, like I'm almost jealous of Star Wars. Like think about how many sets come out a
We get a
year.
ton.
This-
Oh no, I'm hating on the Star
Yeah.
Wars fans.
No,
That's
I know,
all.
but like think about how like can you imagine like how exciting it would be if it was like for any other fandom. Like there's so many sets that come out every year,
Mhm.
and it's like I don't know.
That,
whatever.
to be fair,
I
that
don't-
for me is why leaks are bad, because you get your set, you get hyped for these leaks, the sets come out, you forget about them because you've already heard the leaks for the next one, and then you're waiting for the next. That's another big L for me at the moment.
Yeah, but like it's not like don't get me. I feel that way too. I like actively am not like I'll like sometimes like look at leaks. Like the last like week we've had tons of stuff coming out, and it's been like kind of fun to like scan it. But like I don't really zoom in too much, and I like see it and I get excited, and then like it's my responsibility to like manage my emotional reaction to
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? And
Kind of
it's
have
like
to push it away and forget about it until it comes out.
exactly, and
Keep your
just
curiosity.
yeah, and it's also like I don't know, it's very much like I think a lot of these like collector worlds that you know some of us might have different parts in it. It's like you're always looking for that next thing, and you're never really like living in the now. And it's like you buy a set, by the time you buy the set you want something else, and it's like it goes on the shelf, and it's like there's this like very
Dang.
yeah it's
That's just one thing I'm trying. That is what the win is. That's the winning for Lego Star Wars, is getting to the point where you don't just constantly want that next. And I'm trying to. I think I'm getting better at that, like appreciating what you have already and stuff. That's what I think that's winning.
you
to answer your
as
question,
like
really.
a person growing up and like developing emotional, but it's also like fun to like get
Oh.
super into it.
It's so dangerous. You just
Want the
buy
next
and buy and
thing.
buy.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about this company is like it's not going anywhere. There's like tons of crap coming out, and it's great.
Yeah,
It's like
flourishing. Yeah.
And the thing is with Lego Star Wars is that you have your diehard Star Wars Lego fans who just collect Star Wars, but a lot of the, or at least the rest of the Lego community, a lot of us still buy Lego Star Wars.
Mhm.
And like
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like
lovely.
sometimes people are more fans of the Lego Star Wars stuff than they are with Star Wars.
Yeah, I can see that.
Interesting.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like there are people out there who know a lot about Lego Star Wars, but they don't know about the lore behind what's being made. Like
Yeah, it's true.
if it wasn't for people bringing it to light on YouTube or any other social media outlets, I really don't think they would not notice that the purple clones were nothing. We're just
Yeah, I love the whole lore stuff. That's what. So I guess I am I'd say Star Wars maybe does take the priority of Lego, I guess, than from what you were saying earlier. But 'cause I do love the whole lore stuff of the different clones and stuff like that.
So do you buy stuff Star Wars related, not Lego?
I try not to, because I'm just trying to spend money on Lego, because I don't have any money after I buy Lego. But
If you had money.
oh yeah, I'd be buying like all what's the really expensive figs there, like £300, 200.
Not
Yeah,
the
it's
Black
like-
Series stuff, like the really
No, it's the one above the Black Series.
I have
It's
no
like
idea.
not Hot Toys, something like that. But there's like these crazy. They're basically statues of each fig, and they cost like $150.
oh, like the
whatever.
busts or like the
Yeah, no, it's like the full figs, but
Oh,
I
okay.
guess, but they're like probably like this big. What's it? It's not Hot Toys, I don't think, but
Bandai.
I'm not sure. But they look incredible, and there's so many stuff. They even Black Series as well. There's so many times I've had to I've reached out for the Black Series. I have to restrain myself because I just don't need it. But
I feel like collecting Star Wars in general is a very dangerous thing.
oh yeah, there's
Financially.
just so much. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
It doesn't
like-
have to be just Lego Star Wars. It's like literally the
Yeah.
whole thing. It's crazy to see the growth of Star Wars, at least in my lifetime. Because I do remember I wasn't really around for the first two. I wasn't alive yet. I don't think we were, right, Claire? I don't think we were. I think we're alive for the six. But we weren't around for the first two. But like I remember in the 90s going to the movies to watch the redubs because they redubbed them all. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you remember those? And then the prequels came out shortly after that. So it was a good little reminder of like what this whole thing was. And at the time it was like, this is cool, I guess. I've seen Star Wars, yay. But then prior to the prequels, like it blew, like there was like a reinvention, and it kind of blew up more than just the nerddom that was already surrounding it. And then the prequels happened, and then there was like a Civil War divide between generations.
Yeah.
You know, you had like your youngsters who really, you know, can appreciate the first three because it looks new. Like the graphics were new, everything's new. It doesn't matter 4 through, and then like the 4, 5, and 6 was prehistoric. You know what I mean? They don't really care about the lore. And then we have a new wave with 7, 8, and 9. Same thing with the generation where they're like the youngsters, like the really, really young kids who are coming out right now can appreciate those three, whereas people who appreciate the prequels before that and then the original trilogy before that will be hating heavily on like the new 7, 8 or the new ones.
I like the new ones. They're for like a different demographic, but I have to roll out. And also, I thought I was on mute this whole time. I'm really sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, don't worry. I'm just gonna hate on Star Wars for another 9 minutes, but
no, it's fine. I mean, like, you know, it's easy to hate on it, but it's also easy to like it. And like, you know, I've recently rewatched a lot of it, and I really think Mandalorian is just fantastic.
So good.
And, and so been having a lot of fun. I'm not a fan of Book of Boba Fett at this point. It's like Boba Fett's very unlikable for me. I like don't get it. And then like Sans eloquently explained it to me that it's just because he looks cool. So I was able to understand.
That's why it was cool back in the day. Yeah.
Complexity like shocked me. Anyway, I'm gonna roll out. I gotta go pick him up, but I'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye.
And that was Claire, everybody. She has to go do stuff. We can blame SW for being late.
I do apologize. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
What was I getting with it? Yeah, what was I getting with that? I forgot. Oh yeah, so
the subdevice.
Civil War.
Star Wars in general, like it's not meant to ever be united.
No, I feel like there's something for everyone nowadays. Like, but everyone's just always so divided. Again, just like the Lego community, the like Lego Star Wars. But yeah, it's just everyone's so divided in Star Wars communities.
It's like we're divided in branches, but we still have that main love.
Yeah, I feel like everyone can agree that everyone in the Star Wars community can agree they've got that love for either just like the originals or just just the whole galaxy in general. It's just like,
exactly, yeah. Either if it's prequel, original, sequel, like as long as it's Star Wars, you guys can fight about the rest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the nitpicking and everything.
No, I mean that's. I can put that in relation to like military branches. Like all the branches hate each other, like on paper, but we all still love each other at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like it's the kind of same thing. Like, if someone wants to like bag on Lego Star Wars, you guys would all unite against that person. But like, if that person was a fan of Lego Star Wars, but was only a fan of like the first 3 or whatever, then that's when you guys are allowed to bicker at each other and who's better and what's not. So, to answer the question I had originally, Lego Star Wars is never gonna win.
Sure.
Because there's no way to satisfy the fandom that it has now become.
It's too large.
It's too
and
big.
Still growing.
It's a monster. There's so much information that's out there that's not from the original 9, or that's not from the 9 movies, 10 movies that have been released by Star Wars. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's the shows, the comic books, the books.
So much.
There's just so much context.
There's so much they haven't even made from just the original 9, like just the original trilogy, let alone the full 3 trilogies, let alone all the expanded stuff. So
I remember playing Rogue One on Nintendo 64, and it's like my first introduction into the lore outside of the original movies. And I now realize that like the feeling that I had to kind of explore what else Luke did, you know, in between movies and the type of stuff.
It's just, that's why it's sick.
There's but you know, it doesn't have to rest on Luke anymore. There's just many other characters you can digest.
Every tiny, minute character. The guy who popped up in the background for 2 seconds now has a full backstory in a comic, and like
Boba Fett, like why?
I wish they had. That's my biggest pet peeve. I wish they just left Boba Fett
alone.
I'm glad you said. Look, I was watching something, prequel, but and George Lucas said the reason they killed him off so quick because he didn't think anything of Boba Fett. He's like, he's just a background character. He didn't expect everyone to love him. So he's like, I just killed him off. I didn't think.
I mean, he was good in Mando. He was but then after they'd done that, they just had to just make a whole, you know, they had to give him some backstory on how he survived and everything. But yeah, I would have been fully fine if he'd stayed in the Sarlacc pit and never come out. But
never come out.
Yeah,
this may be
stayed down there for 1,000 years.
This may be the prequel love in me talking, but I think Boba Fett came back just because Jango was so cool.
Such a good point. Yeah,
like we have to do something with him now.
Django was basically just Boba, but just a little bit more fleshed out. And then they didn't have to do any extra. I don't know. It's such a shame. But
I remember just reading like his backstory back then, which is like he got his armor from the Clone Wars. That was it.
Yeah.
But I feel like having the Clone Wars be a story in the whole original movies, like they would have to bring up Boba Fett somehow. Like they would have to tie him in. Like if they never created that Clone War like kind of little backstory back when Boba Fett was nothing, then I don't think he just would have been a character and been done with.
Yeah,
just
like
another
the other
bounty
bounty hunters that stood up on that little platform. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's why because obviously I only ever knew everything after the prequels pretty much. So I never really knew any of the old backstories or anything like that. So for me, characters I guess are a bit different, but because obviously I always knew him as being Django's son or whatever, you know. But yeah, so that's again why people can be divided, because they get stuck on that first thing they ever liked, and then they love it, and then it gets changed by, I don't know, Disney or just to change slightly, and then the new fans love that new story, and then that's why
Yeah, so as I say, you're never
It's not
satisfied with any of
Yeah,
it. So all right, let's all answer this question. Favorite Star Wars movie? And you can't like Solo and Rogue One does not count.
Okay, Rogue One would be number 2 for me, but Episode 3 every day. I could watch that movie
Yeah.
every single day of my life. I love it.
Episode 3, yeah.
Nice.
I watched it like 3 times back to back when it came out.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I wish I'd been able to see that in the cinemas when it first came out, or theaters. Yeah, it would have been so sick.
See, and then the feeling leaving the theater after watching it, I was like, that's it? There's no more Star Wars now. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was just it's such a good movie though. I love it.
Shy, it looks like you're
I was
about to say
about to
something.
say
I'm my facial expressions because I'm baffled that I agree. So
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I'm definitely Rogue One's my favorite. I think Rogue One
is amazing.
did the whole. That was a perfect movie to like give nostalgia for old. That's a good tie-in. Like it was a great tie-in.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, like
I think overall
everything
it's a
that
better
you
movie
appreciate.
probably as well.
Yeah, that it touched it. The ending of Rogue One was genius.
Yes,
Perfection.
it was perfect.
Like the
The
moment
whole
you see
second half of it was perfection. The
Oh
whole
my God.
scare
But
is amazing.
but when the red lightsaber like busted out, and you're like, oh, you know what's
That
you know
scene,
what's about to happen. Like you know
goosebumps
what's
every
happening.
time. It's so good.
It's like it's so good.
Yeah.
3 would be the closest thing to that because you see Darth Vader become Darth Vader, like you see Anakin become Darth
Yes.
Vader. So like
yeah.
that's another like it's a tie-in between the fandoms, which I think I wouldn't say all, but most fans can appreciate when there's that one thing that like everyone can be united by, and there's very small moments of that, you know.
And it's like it's like we all knew it from the beginning. Episode 1, his shadow was Darth Vader. You know, we all knew it, but we just didn't know how it happened. So once Episode 3 came out, we're like, oh man, this is it. But see, I think another thing that's one of my problems with the prequels. Oh no, the sequels. They don't answer these questions. They just leave you with more questions, and I'm like, they didn't
know the answers.
finish
they
anything.
didn't know the answer themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They didn't even know their own questions.
But
They're making it up as they went. That's what I hate about the sequels.
how'd Sidious get back? I just want to know.
Oh yeah. Why did Sidious come back? Why did he need to come back? Because they didn't.
I
don't
can
know.
still appreciate the new stuff for what it is. It's a Star Wars movie on the
Yeah.
screen. I'm happy that it's happening. Like that, I'm cool with that.
Episode 7's a good movie as well. But
Yeah,
I mean, there's points of it I don't like, but
there are a lot of points that a lot of people don't like.
yeah,
But I feel like people who are really into the lore and have the power to create the storyline now have realized the error of their ways. So
I hope so, yeah. I think
yeah, like
especially
we're
with
probably
Mando
seeing timing fixes. So
and
we
the
never
new
know.
Kenobi. Have you seen the trailer for that yet?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yes.
amazing.
Second trailer dropped today, I think, didn't it? But
Yeah, it
so
did.
good.
Oh, I need to look at that.
There's Vader
But,
scenes.
Oh, what? Oh,
Like I can't watch. I
Oh
want to be
wait, sorry,
excited
we're
for it.
spoiling it.
I want to be excited for it. I want to see it. Like I don't want to anticipate anything that's about to happen, even though I already know what's happening because I watch Clone Wars. Like,
Yeah.
well, for the most part. I mean, there's obviously going to be a more elaborated storyline within Kenobi. But you know, it's one of the Kenobi is one of those things. Like the reason why I feel like it's going to do well is because it ties in both the generation before and not necessarily the generation now, but like a generation who is adults now. So original trilogy and then the prequels, like it ties in both of those, and it's
Yeah,
another Rogue One moment. You know what I mean? Like where like you have like, oh my god, the old and the new, we all mash, we're all
If it's
doing, like,
anywhere near Rogue One, I'll be happy.
yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I feel like Kenobi is. Like Ahsoka, that's more youngster thing. That's the original trilogy. People can care less about her. You know
It
what I
is
mean?
almost like they're doing their own story now with like Mando, Boba, Ahsoka, Thrawn, all that stuff. It's like going to be its own thing to
Yeah,
kind of
kinda.
make the kids forget about the sequels and get them all in.
Yeah, that's totally fine with that. But
Like
that
everyone.
only makes the whole community grow, which
Yeah,
then
I'm
becomes more
really-
complex, which then
Especially if
becomes
it's
more
as good as the
divided.
Mando. Like, I'm happy with that.
Well, everyone's happy with Mando. They did a good job with Mando.
They
But-
smashed it.
They did. So, what do you, as a final question, what do you wish Lego Star Wars would be in the next couple years? Like, what would you want to happen?
I'd say more diversity.
It's just community-wise, Lego-wise, all-encompassing.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be just Lego themselves. It could be the Lego community on YouTube, Instagram, anything. Doesn't matter. Or even Star Wars.
From Lego themselves, I'd say the diversity of sets. I'd love to see more prequel UCS sets, maybe some more sequel UCS sets, stuff like that. Like every wave, just a couple of each. And then I want to see new movies from Star Wars is the main thing for me. I really want that experience of going back to the cinema because I don't know. I hated the last two cinema. I mean, I didn't go see Solo because of how bad Episode 8 was, and then I went to see Episode 9 and it was bad. So pretty much all of my recent Star Wars movie like cinema experiences have been rubbish. So apart from Rogue One and maybe Episode 7, but that was so long ago now. So that is what I want, and I want a whole wave of sets that come out around that, and everyone's who's super hyped, and then I'd love that. But yeah, with regards to the community, I'd say I don't know what you can really change about the community. I do think we need to be more happy about what we're getting from Lego. I think we need to appreciate it a bit more. But again, I think we're in a pretty not the worst spot in the world. I don't know. I think we're a decent community.
Those clones coming.
Yeah, more clones.
Just
More
stop.
big
Don't-
mobs as well. I
They
wanna
better
see more
not stop
people
with the
doing
clothes.
that.
They wake up already. Like everyone wants clothes. Just keep making
And
them. very
anything,
simple.
stormtroopers, I don't care. As long as I can build an army and they look cool, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
More
All
Black
right.
Falcons and Knights.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
you know me. I want more Falcons. I just want something to build an army with. I think anybody
Yeah.
can appreciate something that comes with more than one minifigure of the same kind.
What are you thinking about the new castle? Do you know much about it, or like what are your thoughts on it so far? Are you
I
excited?
hope it's not. I hope it's not Falcons.
Yeah, I do. I hope it's a new faction.
I hope
that
it's a
we
new
can order
faction.
on
I hope it's a
Lego.com.
brand new faction.
Yeah,
That, or
That'd
they
be-
go back and re-released one of the original factions prior to Royal
Redone.
Knights. Yeah.
Yeah.
So either Black Knights, Crusaders, Dragon Knights,
Mhm.
like any of them. Not like
there were so
past
many
Royal
good
Knights.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I would actually be okay if they brought back like the Raven Knights, the yellow and black ones. Or
Yeah, I'm
like
totally
just-
fine with that too. But
just
I
chuck
don't
them
want a
in.
redub of the new medieval line. Like go to a
Yeah.
traditional castle or create something entirely new. The Raven Knights
Yeah.
would be sick.
Yeah,
I think that'd be really
Just
cool.
anything like that. Yeah, I would love to. Just as long as we can order them on Lego.com or they come in a small set that we can buy multiples of, I'm happy.
Yeah, there you
As
go.
long as they're on brick or
Oh,
anything.
dude, yes. But one thing that's good about Black Falcons is that so many people have purchased from that. They're not entirely
They've got
expensive.
to
on
see
Brikx.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got to see that. I mean, if it was the Lego just Star Wars designs, they would just be like, oh, we'll just put out a couple of random things in this set. No,
Like-
no, yeah.
They should
Yes,
just
it's
put
close.
the clone on Bricks and Pieces. The clone figure.
It's
I
not
think
on
it's
there?
for licensing, but yeah, if they did,
Oh.
oh man, it'd be incredible.
Like just
It
put
would be
them
out
on.
of stock all the time. You'd never be able to get them.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. Like they can make so much money
So
on a
much money.
clone minifigure.
But then they can just, if they just had more clone packs in stock, they can make so much money. Or made Phase 2 clones, white Phase 2 clones, and left that on the shelves, produced ridiculous amounts, and left on the shelves for 5 years, and they would just make billions. Literally,
It'll be their
billions.
number one buy.
Yeah,
'cause
from
it's
me, I'm
cheap,
buying all of them.
It's easy.
There's so many
doesn't
people that would, though. Oh,
Cost nothing.
I think if they did that, a lot more people would build.
yeah, and if they didn't hike the prices up, if it was still $12, what was it, $13 battle packs? I can't remember what it was in America, but like £12,
So-
£13
Yeah,
battle
something like
packs.
that.
Yeah, $15 for us. $14.99.
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
And not make them
That'd
30.
be
I mean, we're still buying it at $40, $30.
I know.
We're still buying it.
The 501st battle pack is why they've hiked up the actual battle pack price now, because they knew we're going to buy at 35 or whatever it is.
But they still justified it.
Yeah.
There's droids and other builds in
Yeah.
there, so it's not like it's like 4 things in a small build and then call it a day. Spend $30.
I
They
think
at least
the Snowtrooper one's a little bit like £18 for the battle pack is quite a lot, but still,
I mean, at this point, it's easy money for
I'll take
Lego.
it. I'm still buying tons.
I'll take it. I'm still gonna buy like a bunch. I mean, I'm done with building unless it's a new faction, new. See the fighter tank. I don't want to collect up. Thank God it's not like a real thing, like how we're all attached to the 501st. You know, it's like a kind of a fan thing, kind of, or online thing that was created. So I don't really have an attachment to that. But if they start doing like, any of the other legions that are famously put out there, I'm like, oh.
It's going to be dangerous, but there's so many at the moment on shelves. Like, you got Dark Troopers I want to army build. You got the 187th clones. There's just the Snow Troopers. There's just so many different ones I need to buy in high quantities now. It's just dangerous.
Lego Star Wars is dangerous, and I think we should just leave it at that.
It's an addiction. It is.
Or for real, like in any way
It's
possible.
a double addiction.
You guys are the. We used to say like Lego was a drug. We're all addicts. You guys are like dependent.
The crack addicts.
Yeah, you guys are like, come on, all right, just give us something.
Loads. Yeah,
and then they're the dealers, and they're like, yeah, we got you. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah,
except
like, I'm giving us what we wanted sometimes. And
they'll just throw something there, like
holding up, and then we're like, okay, here you go, and then we go crazy.
Yep.
They know how to really lead us into it.
And then they like piss you off just as much. That balance where they make you upset so you can be passionate about it, want something new. They'll give you
finally
something
get mediocre and we'll go crazy.
Yeah, they'll give you just a piece, and then you're like, oh no, you'll swallow it all up, and they have you on the leash. You're like, yeah, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah, literally.
Lego has you guys. For the rest of us who enjoy modulars and random
Speed
things,
champions.
we're satisfied with just that.
That's the reason I can't enjoy modulars and speed champions, because I just get too addicted to the Star Wars.
You can't do both. It's very hard. There's only a few people out there can be able to do everything.
It's
not feasible. It's not feasible. So, all right. Well, before we go further out, thank you for joining us this week.
Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Is there anything you want to plug before we peace out?
Just the normal, my channel, SW Bricks and Figs, Insta, whatever. Yeah, go check it out. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right. With that being said, let's roll that music. All right, guys. Peace.
May the fourth be with you.
Literally. All right, man. That was good. Thanks, dude. It was good save. We were about to phone a friend. We were like, all right.
Oh man, I can't believe I forgot about it. I actually can't believe it. We've been talking about it for weeks. And then I